Hello and welcome to Wildlife on YouTube. No, it's not. It's not. It's not. I was just getting carried away listening to the birds tweeting and all that sort of thing. It is a gorgeous morning here up in the Caingorms. This is live weather. It's really quite lovely. It's not too windy. The sun is out. There's a bit of clouds, but otherwise it's absolutely gorgeous. Hello to everyone in the chat. Lewis, good to see you, mate. I did, and I replied to you. I gave you a present back. Because, yeah, you'll see it when you see it. Keka, how are you? Good to see you here as well. Zaki, yes, it is. Western Europe, and the starting point is... Stand by. There. Echo Golf Zulu Lima. We are right in the heart of the Caingorm Mountains. Here's the Caingorms National Park here. I say we're in the heart of it. We're kind of on the edge of it, but you know what I mean. Ben McDewey just there, got Caingorm Mountain over here, and we are here. So it'd be interesting to see what it throws at us. I am just going to use the. We're doing a bit of testing, I should say. We're doing a bit of testing. I'm not going to adjust much in terms of the mod. We are just going to fly a random and anywhere mission, maybe two, depending on how the timing goes. But just to do a bit of testing and just to see what it throws at us, really, because that is what it is all about. Right, let's get back into the cockpit. Let me turn on that. Let's get rid of the tablet. So, first of all, what are we using? Deep breath. So from the top, we are using the High Performance Group H145, and then we have the High Performance Group H145 Action Pack. Now, just a quick note about that. This is build 500. You can only get build 500 from the High Performance Group Discord. So head over there, head to the H145 discussion, and go to the pinned comments or the pinned posts or whatever it's called, and have a look through there and find build 500. People always seem to have an issue with that. Okay, so can I just check? I've got someone in the comment who said the stream isn't loading. Can I just check? Can everyone else see it? It's showing that it's all working my side, so I just want to check that you can see it. So if someone wouldn't mind just putting in the chat that it is working, that would be great. Because otherwise, I'm just kind of waffling to the internet, or not even the internet. What would you call it? Great. Thank you, guys. Much appreciated. Okay, where do we get to? So we have got yes, so the Action Pack expansion. Some of you may know the H145 hasn't been updated in some time. High Performance Group are having a few issues with well, they're having a few issues. So we don't necessarily know what the future of the H145 is. I'm not streaming this to try and get you to buy it. I'm streaming it because I enjoy doing it and it's entertainment for you. So I'll just get that out there right at the start. But we are very lucky, and I do mean this, we are very lucky that we have some excellent developers who are working to keep things alive, to keep content going for the H145. And Keka, who is in the chat, is definitely one of them. And we're going to be using his, well, there's something we're going to be using of his that I'm going to come on to, because that's one of the things that we're kind of testing. And also there is the fantastic sound pack with the kind of voice effect that we use with this as well. So that's one of the mods we're using. The other mod we're using is, of course, the Davierosoft Random and Anywhere mod, which is what gives us the ability to run random and anywhere missions, but also to customize aspects of that. I mean, it's an incredibly clever thing. If you know it, you know it. If you don't, you're in for a treat. It's just absolutely fantastic box of tricks if you have the H145 with the Action Pack and you like doing HEMS kind of stuff. We've also got the M. Gonzalez sound pack, and of course we have the where's my button here? We have the There we go. There's the real thing. X-Ray Zulu 588. That is the livery we are flying in our H145. That's a real Sea King that flew at RAF Lossiemouth. It's now in the capable hands of Historic Helicopters, and they're looking after it. And we are flying a tribute to that from Demo Designs in the sim here. So there you go. Right, blimey. Have I missed anything out? I don't think I have. But I just want to quickly say, and I'm not just saying that because he's on the chat, but a huge thank you to Andrew and Keka and all the people who get involved behind the scenes with keeping mods going and adding to them and improving them and all that kind of stuff. It means that idiots like me who aren't clever enough to do that kind of stuff can just have a great time flying around rescuing virtual people and enjoying themselves. So you guys are absolutely wonderful, and a big thank you to you. Okay, have I missed anything? I don't think I have. I think we're good to go. Okay, so first of all, let's open the tabletto, and we need to first of all get the mission going. Okay. Oh, I'm just going to quickly check something. There we go. Random and anywhere. Random and everywhere. It's called Random and Anywhere on the flightsim.to page, and it's called Random and Everywhere in here. So that is why I was. You can see the two different names. So on that map there, let me just, if I remember, because I thought it was going to keep it, but it hasn't. No. I can't remember where it is in here. I'm sure I did change it. If you fly the H145, you know that there's a few issues going on with maps at the moment, getting error messages and all that sort of thing. I can't remember where I did it. It must be. Is it? It's not in there because that's the mod. Is it in here? No, I can't remember. Basically, you have to set your maps to topographical. I've never had to change maps before, but because of the issues that we've had recently, if you set the maps to topo, which is what I've got on the thing here. Let me go down to map settings. There we go. So I've got topograph set as my default map. You won't get the error messages, but for some reason I cannot remember how to change it on the bits and bobs here. It's in the settings somewhere, but oh, I know, you have to do it once it's activated. Yep, okay, we'll do that once we get going. It's come back to me now. Okay, so back to main screen. You can see that this is where we are at the moment. I've got the accident maximum range set to 18.88 because I want us to kind of do something in the mountains here. We are dispatch coverage centered on user location, which is where I am now, and then we just press single player, and now we can fire up the heliwhopper. So we'll get the battery going, we'll get some lights on because we're going to start spinning metal blades. That's all good. Just waiting to see power up test okay. And then all those other errors are perfectly normal at this stage. So we can acknowledge all that. We've got the power up test okay, that's good. Quick check of the battery. Battery is good for start. Leave the numbers up there. Now we can fire up the radio.
Hey, good morning all. Ready for the missions?
Here come the chaps.
Hey Frank, good morning.
Good morning, Frank.
You'll notice the sounds, the voices are actually crisper and better quality than you would normally see or hear rather. And there's a reason for that. And I'm
Hi,
not
Captain. Helicopter is ready to fly.
Not sure.
Logbook filled and signed.
Not sure.
Fuel tanks are almost full.
Lads,
if you need refueling, please ask.
I'm trying to talk.
Thank you, Frank.
I'm not sure if I can talk.
I'll check.
About it.
Thank you.
But there you go. Okay, so that's all good. We fired up the radio. It's now saying push call to connect. So we can get that going. So that's going to come through there. I'm going to set a QNH. Let's see, I'll set the QNH from lossy, seeing as we don't have one here. What have we got? 1023. One zero two three. Come on. There we go. Super duper. So if you know it, you know how this works. It simulates the time. So we were sitting having a cup of tea and a piece of toast, waiting for the big red phone to ring to say Scrabble, or actually they kind of don't necessarily say that when it's HEMS stuff, but you know what I mean. Oh, okay, so we've got a bit of an issue. That's fine. That's fine. We can click next dispatch. It's incredibly clever, this thing. And there's so many different parameters that we need to look at, or it needs to look at, so it doesn't always come together. Okay, so we've got another problem. So I'm just going to leave that for a moment. See if anything comes through. Yeah, when you think about what it's having to do, it's having to look at so many different things to build a mission that sometimes things don't always go to plan. Okay, let's try. I can now select next dispatch, so I'm going to just click on that again. No. Oh, no, now we've got it. We've got a good one. Okay, accept dispatch. We've got a reported injury close to peak campsite after... This is my kind of mission. This is the kind of mission that I love. Thank you, Kekas. I should say... oh, yeah. Okay, I'm going to talk about it. So if you use this, you know that there's all sorts of issues at the moment with getting missions up and running and getting OSM issues and things not found issues and that sort of thing. And Keka, who's in the chat there, is trying to do something really special for the community to try and get around that. And it's one of the things that we're testing. And he's very kindly just given me an update in the chat as to what's happening there. But we've now got a good one. And I'll be honest with you, and I'm not just saying this, I'd rather do this anyway. This is a good old search and rescue kind of mission. Really good 202 squadron kind of stuff. So this should be good. Okay, we've got some more people. That's a nice livery, isn't it? That is a nice livery. Okay, so we'll accept dispatch.
Cabin preparations, please wait.
Crew have boarded. Okay, right, now time for you to get out and do something. So we'll have prime pumps on. I'm going to start, let's start, I'm just checking my switches in the right configuration. We'll go 1, 2.
Preparing for engine starting sequence. 1, 2.
Let's get the strobe on. By the way,
cabin secured, all set to proceed.
Do let me know in the chat if there's any problems with volume or anything once everything starts going and the engine starts whirring up. But there he goes. Look at that purposeful stride.
Area clear. Ready to start engine 1.
Okay, so let's look down at the VMS and engine 1 to idle. TOT rising, N1 rising, and we've got oil pressure rising, which is good.
GPU disconnected. Ready to go. Good day.
There's Frank. Good old Frank.
Engine started successfully. Moving to other engine.
Good start on 1. Let me just lock off the head tracking. I've just realised I'm moving my head around so much.
Engine
there
clear.
We go. Okay, engine 2 to idle. Are you on SU5 beta? No, I don't use betas. I haven't got the patience. Okay, got a good start. N1 rising.
All engines started successfully.
Oh, we have a cockpit. That was interesting. LOD there. It's actually the aircraft has appeared the further away.
Hold on. Performing leak checks.
Okay, he's doing his leak checks. I need to get the head tracking back on. Let's go back up here. We'll have transfer pumps on, prime pumps off, avionics on, standby battery, DC reception, LAVCS to pilot, pitot heat on. Why the hell not? We'll put the landing light on at this point as well. Happy with that. Don't need any lights. That's all good. Quick look down here. What have we got in the way of warnings? Nothing that we need to worry about. We can get
all good.
Okay, that's good. Co-pilot's done his walk around, checking, doing the leak checks. Radio's connected.
Pause. System test okay.
We're not going to be using the TDS GTNXI. I am going to, while I remember, we've got good visibility. We can see the ground, so I'm turning off the TORs. I'm inhibiting the TORs, to be more technical, because otherwise we're in the mountains. It's going to be pinging off all the time, screaming at us about terrain. So at least one injured, waiting for information. Reported injured close to peak campsite after falling on rocky area. Waiting information about rescue vehicles presence. The incredible thing about this is that all this is simulated. There will be rescue vehicles quite potentially driving on the way, but they haven't got there yet. Okay, so happy with that. We'll come back to there. We can see where we are here. We see we've got a white line there and we've got no distance information there. So we need to pop into here. We need to select if you've got the TDS GTNXI. I've no idea what happens if you've got PMS or the PMS system, but if you've got TDS GTNXI, we select MSFS as the nav source, and then we just have to cycle the Garmin, and now you can see we've got blue distance information there, and if we go onto the map, that will turn to a blue line. So we're 14.5 nautical miles. I'm going to get the map up over here because it gives him something to talk to. There we go. So that's the area that you're probably seeing. So just go onto map, select topograph, and there you go. You've got a nice map, and it's not going to be botched up with that awful stuff. Lordy mercy, we've got a taxiing Alouette. That's almost like a party bus kind of livery, isn't it? There we go. Okay, he's just going to sit there. Okay, so we've got that. That's all set up. That's all good. Engines are in idle. As I said, we've got no warnings that we need to worry about, so we can now put engines to flight. Go. We've got 101 coming up on here. While I'm just waiting for that, we will just engage those systems. We've got 101, engines looking good, happy with that. We've got cabin ready for takeoff there, so we're good to go. Okay, so trim release on while I do this. Quick look around, obstacles, trees, helicopters, nothing to worry about there. Okay, so wind is coming from behind, but is negligible, 4 knots, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. Blimey. Talk about brown out. Quick hover check. All good. Sorry Frank, you're going to get a hairdryer there. I'm just going to come around the Alouette. There we go. And we can pick up. What a beautiful day it is.
VTOS. VY.
Okay, let's have that one on, and we'll do the same there. Put the topograph on so we don't get any issues there. So Matey Boy's got a nice big map that he can look at because he likes that, and what we're going to do is have a quick look and see where we are going. Okay, so there's our peak. This might be a winch job. We will see. Just watching the speed. It's very easy to overtalk, especially once you get onto autopilot, which we're not using. We're not going to use it on this leg. It's not really long enough. We'll probably use it to go to the hospital if that's what we end up doing. So just leaving that in. Let's have a quick look outside. Well, we've got quite a few by the looks of it. I didn't realise just how many we had. Good to see everyone. Always nice to have a Saturday morning helicopter flight, isn't it? Love that repaint. Really is gorgeous. Okay, let's just do a quick check. 7 minutes out. Gonna take the climb out now. Get some speed up. Just going to lock off the head tracking a moment because I need to actually So I'm just putting the autopilot in heading mode because I need to quickly have a look at something. Lock off head tracking. Anyway, how are you on this beautiful Saturday morning? Hope everything is good with you. Thank you, Keko. I've just seen your message. Brilliant. Thank you. That explains that. How are you feeling, mate? All good with you? Yes. Oh, no, maybe not. Sometimes I think he's kind of cheered up a bit, and sometimes he hasn't. How are we doing in the back? There's Doc with his sunglasses on. He doesn't need a helmet. He's a doctor. He understands the risks. Yeah, you. He sits on the snacks. Just over there. There's the machine that goes ping. There's our winchman. Hello, yep, you. All good. The crew. The crew has assembled. Yeah, really loving the scenery today. Oh, look at that, the 500. Murdoch, good to see you in the 500 there. That is, when I'm not flying the H145, that tends to be what I'm flying. Beautiful seat of the pants, old school, steam gauge. Really is such a lovely helicopter. Huge amount of fun in that. Polska Aviation, yeah, I can recommend it. If you've already got it, definitely worth having a look. Just make sure you get the build 500 from the Discord. Most important. So let's have a quick check up on the patient. 74 years old, male. This gets updated as time goes on. By the way, if you watch these and you watch the streams or you use this, then you know this. I'm just kind of waffling for the benefit of people that don't know, but this isn't just a kind of a it generates a point A, you fly to point A, you pick up patient, and then you fly to point B. It's simulating everything that's going on. It's simulating the entire situation, the other rescue vehicles that are involved. It simulates the condition of the patient. The patient can get worse, the patient can get better. Once we get there, an old doc there
500.
with his shades on, once he gets there and starts working on the patient condition can improve, for example. It's incredibly clever, mind-blowingly clever, and it's a free mod, for crying out loud. I'd pay money for this. And you can of course donate on flightsim.to, but it's incredibly clever, really is. Blows me away every time. So you can see at the moment it says waiting information about rescue vehicles presence, because we don't know what's there yet. We don't know if there will be anything there.
We will be first on scene.
But we will find out when we get there. That's the doc giving us a bit of an update, because he's in touch with ground control, Major Tom, and all that. Totally irrelevant reference there to David Bowie, however you want to pronounce it. But there we go. Reported injured close to peak campsite after falling on rocky area, and we've got a suspected heart attack. So this is quite a significant one. We are 3 minutes out, not far at all. Just having another look over here at the map, we can see from the map contours that that's going to be relatively steep. I'm not sure we're going to be landing on that. I think we're probably going to be winching, which is great, because we all love a good winch. You're absolutely right, Helifly. Bill 500 is incredible. Kekas, the doc is saying goodbye in the next voice pack version. The service are you... Really? Oh no. Oh, that is a shame. That's kind of cool getting those updates from the doc. It kind of helps with the immersion. You feel like you've got a... You know, it helps with the...
I set a possible hospital destination for our patient.
The feeding...
Infos are available on tablet.
The
We
feeding...
can confirm or change later.
You're doing that deliberately, aren't you? Yeah, it just adds to the immersion, doesn't it? Right. Okay, let's get back to the map. I'm going to take us off autopilot, because I need to earn my pay. You can't have the computer fly all the time. Let's take the labels off.
2 nautical miles from accident area.
Scenery is looking amazing. Cheers, Lewis. Have a good one, mate. You lucky devil having pizza. Have a good day. Really interested to see what the lay of the land is going to be here. We might be landing. Doesn't look too steep, actually.
Rear crew, we are approaching the landing site.
I could see something down there. There's the campsite.
500.
People having a fire. It's actually you can't have an open fire in the Caingorms now. They've changed it. There we go. There's our... Okay, I can see our patient on the floor. The wind is coming from over there, and I can't see my map, but I can see the wind isn't much. So I'm now going to stow the tablet, and then we'll come around. We can land here, I think. I know it's sometimes it looks a bit different from the air, but I think we can land.
We are reasonably close.
Don't want to blow the tents away. That's great seeing the helicopters in the background there. Let's have a look, see how this comes out. That's a little bit slope. Just being a little bit careful. So we're probably going to land skid skid forward
Nice landing.
first. And then as we come off on the collective. No, okay. Flatter than I thought. Right, let's have engines to idle so the chaps can do their thing. There we go. Trev, how are you doing? Good to see you.
Rear crew, prepare for ground operations.
Oh, were you actually up there? Wonderful. Yeah, I've seen the. I've been looking at the webcam from the ski centre up there, and it's amazing how, you know, the snow is still quite prevalent up there, isn't
Helicopter
it?
in position. Rear crew,
I envy
you are clear
you.
to start operations.
Right, lads, out you get. Come on. Let's have a quick look outside.
We need time for ground operations, please. Stand by.
Okay, let's have a look. How long is he saying? 2 minutes. 2 minutes, I'm going to keep the engines running. What a wonderful place to camp. Look at that, all the campers thinking, blimmin' heck, look at all these helicopters that have turned up. Okay, let's just move that there, and I'm going to lock that off. Okay, so one of the things that we're testing, as I was talking about, is the OSM. If you've seen OSM issues in the sim, then Keka, who is in the chat here, has put together at the moment it's a private test OSM service, which should give you much better chance of getting missions that fire up and work properly and work quickly, and because the OSMs at the moment are getting absolutely hammered by all the different people who are using it for different reasons. It's not just random and anywhere. It's I don't know a huge amount about it, but I know that a lot of people are using it. So Keka is working on something to try and help with that, and at the moment it's private. At some point it could well be public. I know that's something that he's aiming to do, but I have an opportunity for you if you want to have a try of it. Keka's very kindly opened up 2 slots for you to have a chance to have a go on it. And we're going to do a bit of a competition. This is going to be...
life signs are fading.
That's not good. I'm not going to let that distract me. Doc, just give me a few minutes. So we're going to have a bit of a competition, and it's going to be a race against time for you. I think this is the only way I'm going to be able to do it on this one. So first of all, you're going to have to join the Random and Anywhere Discord. So you need to be on there. So I'm going to put a link down. You may already be on there, by the way. If you are, fantastic, don't worry. I'm just going to pop a link in the chat. So that is the Random and Anywhere or Random and Everywhere Discord. So you need to be in there, and it's a great source of information, a really great community, incredibly clever people. I'm hugely grateful to them because, like I said before, it means that dumbasses like me get a chance to do this kind of thing. So it is really rather cool. So, like I say, you need to be on that Discord there, and now it's going to be a race against time, because to be a good HEMS pilot, you've got to be able to run up against the clock. So, you've got to type into the chat, and it's the first 2 people that type this sentence into the chat and it appears. Once you've done that, those 2 people, you need to drop me a DM on Discord, so that I can then give you some further details. Have we got any questions? I think we're all good to go. We need to get going because the patient's about to load. So the first 2 people to type into the chat these words, okay, you ready? You need to type, I am always first on scene. That is, I am always first on scene. First 2 people to type that into the chat, you've won, and then we can sort you out. Okay. We need to do our thing now. Sorry, chaps.
Patient on board. Take care.
Wow, that happened quickly. There we go. Patient on board. Doors are closing. We just need to get our final chap in. We're going to get engines to flight. Let's get the VMS page up.
Cabin secured. Ready to fly.
Well done, guys. So we got 2 winners. Brilliant. Drop me a DM on Discord, and also make sure you've joined the Random and Anywhere Discord if you haven't already, and then we'll sort you out once the stream is over. Congratulations, and thank you again to Keke for giving us the opportunity to sample his blooming hard work. Okay, so we're going to Regmore, we're going to Inverness. We have a distance of 37.6 nautical miles, so we know our nav is all set up. The bewildered campers are going to be talking about this for the rest of their lives. The time that a whole armada of helicopters turned up to save their mates. Isn't it wonderful? Life is a wonderful thing. Okay, let's lift. So... oh, slight stutter there. I'm going to point us into wind, seeing as we're over the mountains. There we go. Come out over the valley. We will watch out for the Alouette. We do not want a... there we go. We don't have to want to call out one of the other 202 Squadron helicopters to come and rescue us.
VY.
Oh, Zaki. Oh dear. Johan, welcome. Welcome from Stockholm, and thank you for what you do. That's I have a huge amount of respect for the people that are involved in life-saving care of patients, critical care, all that kind of stuff. And you're absolutely right. They should have performed some CPR themselves. It's just lazy, isn't it? Just lazy. Okay, pop that on. There we go. Leave it on heading mode. We're going to intercept our course, and then we can get cracking. Quick look around. Happy with the engines. They're performing marvellously. Let's have the nav on. We can leave that as it is on topograph. There we go. If you've just joined, or you joined after I said it, if you're having problems with your maps, set your map to topograph and all your woes will be over. What have we got? Holy Trucker. Need your help. I've got a weird issue. I spawn in the free Taugs Huey on the active runway, all engines on, but it powers down automatically shortly after. I don't know. I've not used the free Taugs Huey. I just used the payware one, and I've never started it on an active runway, so I'm not sure. It sounds like something in the way the helicopter is set up isn't working with kind of auto starting on the runway, maybe. So it might be worth seeing what happens if you try and do a cold and dark. See if that helps you. Okay, I was so busy looking at that, I missed the... so I'm just changing the heading. So we're just on autopilot in the heading mode now. Just bringing us round to intercept the course. And then I'm going to couple us onto the autopilot now, actually. Let's do that. So, couple... and we're now flying the autopilot. Everything's looking good. No issues. Lovely scenery. Let's have a quick check on the old patient in the back. 74 years, male, unconscious. Yeah, we know that. Yeah, we know that. Patient condition is critical code 1, vital signs fading. So this is kind of what we heard the doc saying before. But there we go. Code 1 is immediate risk of death. Vital signs are fading. The life score is 26. That is very low. Now, it has been a long time a long time since I've had a patient die on me in the air. And that is not going to happen today, so I'm just increasing our speed a little bit. You have to be really careful, especially on autopilot. You can have a gust of wind that can straight away send you into a overtalk situation, which is what I'm doing when I should be concentrating on flying the helicopter. 17 minutes out. The free one does not have that slap as the paid version. Oh, okay. You got to have the slap. The slap is vital. Aquatai, good morning. Good to see you, mate. Good to see you. Kekas, no, I haven't necessarily. I hope he was joking. I hope you were joking, Zaki. I hope you didn't enter the competition not realising what it was that you were signing up for. Oh, okay. Well, Falconer, first of all, that is incredibly... I hat off to you. It's, yeah, doing what you do is incredibly hard work. Incredibly hard work. And requires a strength of character that... I can only marvel at, so I salute you, really do. That's quite something. Having had that situation with members of my family and seeing how the staff were around them and how they looked after them and how they, you know, made their end of life as best as could be, I just think it's amazing, and to be around that all the time. Absolutely incredible. I've just seen Keka's comment. Yeah, exactly. That'll be £2 million in the bank of dreams and wings. Thank you very much. Right, where are we? Life score is still 26, so it's staying there. Heart rate has just changed a little bit. Where are we? 15 minutes out. Wind is quite slight, so and it's not head on, and I don't think there's much in the way of turbulence, so I'm being a little bit brave and just nudging the speed up a little bit more. Do you know, Falconer, I honestly I can completely understand that. My job, though nowhere near as worthwhile as you, is very full on, very lot of kind of stress, having to deal with stuff, having to solve issues, that kind of thing. And flight sim for me is almost like meditation, especially flying helicopters. Just takes you away from it all, and especially flying somewhere up like here where it's just so beautiful. Zaki, do you use the H145 in the action pack and the random and anywhere mod? Because that's kind of quite important that you do. Otherwise, it's not going to mean anything. Won't be any use to you. Yeah, exercise, very true. Very true. I'm just keeping one eye on that life score, seeing if that changes at all. And this is you know what I was saying before, this isn't just to fly to point A, then fly to point B. The situation is changing all the time, which is what you have to be mindful of. I've not had it for a long time. I don't even know if it still does it. But I've had a couple of situations, probably a year or over a year ago, where the doc said, you've got to land, we need to do CPR, because they needed a stable platform on the ground rather than flying around. Okay, cool. as long as you've got it, Zaki, that's absolutely fine. Then it will be of use to you. Let's have a quick look outside. Although it's a kiss of death, it's always when I jump outside you get a gust of wind and the engine starts over talking on autopilot. Let's have a quick shout out to the chaps. Yeah, we've definitely got quite a few. Leaving the old landing light on, I realised. Okay, heart rate has gone down a bit. Okay, life score has gone up to 27. Now, it's only one out of 100. It's only one, I guess, percentile, if you like. But that goes to show that docked in the back there, look at him. Yeah, you. Oi. All right, look at that. That is the... Yeah, you agree. You see what I mean? See, that is the man who does all the magic in the back there. He's got all the machines, he's looking after the patient, and due to his work we've got a life score of 27. It's gone up 1 point. That's what I mean, it's all alive, it's all happening. Love it. I could do this for hours, I really could. I don't get much sim time these days, but you can literally clock on in the morning and you could spend all day just flying missions in this virtual world. It's so incredibly clever. By the way, if anyone's having difficulty flying the H145, I did a video recently on the thing that you need to do to make everything run smoothly. It's the cyclic trim release, but yeah, have a look on the channel if you're having any problems controlling the H145, and it kind of explains it. Akutai, Rob, can you tell me what collective you have, please? Yes, I use the Virpil TCS Rotor Plus, or Rotor TCS Plus, or whatever it is, with a Hawk 60 grip on it, which is fantastic for the 500 or the OH68. Can they see it? It's really good for that because you can do like the proper start with the twisty throttle, and you can assign a start switch to one of the switches on the grip. It's really cool. In the H145, of course, there's no throttle, so we're just using the collective lever. And then on the Hawk 60 grip, I've got the collective beep trim set to the hat switch. I've got the controls for the searchlight if we need that, and then just a couple of other things on there as well, just to control some things in the sim. But yeah, it's really cool. I used to use one of the throttle levers on my Honeycomb collective, and that worked absolutely fine, but getting the proper collective just took it to another level in terms of the amount of control I felt I had, but also just the immersion. Literally having a collective lever bolted to your chair, it works wonders. It really does. Sounds crazy, but you know what I mean. Okay, quick check. 8 minutes out. Patient is still 27. Heart rate is coming down. Oxygen saturation level rate has come down. So it is interesting. You'll see the heart rate number and the oxygen saturation level number change. Again, that's how so amazing this thing is. It really does feel like you have got a live patient in the back, and you know, having to be very careful of what is going on and conscious of the time. But that's okay, because we're 7 minutes out from the hospital. The hospital will be ready for us. Well, they better be, or there'll be trouble. Let's have a quick check of the engines. Yeah, that's all good. Plenty of fuel. So what we're going to do is we will land at on at Raigmore at the hospital, unload the patients, and then we will fly back to our base at Lossie, and then we can do the proper mission end with the random and anywhere and all that kind of good stuff as well, which is cool. But on the way between Inverness and Lossie, we can just have a bit of a blast along the coast, which is always good fun, especially when the weather is nice. Polska, yes, you are absolutely right. I'm looking forward to that. I've not got it. I don't run 2020 at the moment, and I know that some of the bits and bobs are working in 2020. But yeah, when the 2024 version is out, I will most certainly be making a video because that looks really cool. It's an interesting helicopter. It's not the prettiest helicopter. But I love the fact that it's got that kind of vintage feel about it, and also that the developer looks like they put so much into it to make it as realistic as possible. It certainly seems to deserve attention, that's for sure. What do you think? Yeah, his mind's elsewhere. He's thinking of the cup of tea he's going to get when we get back to the crew room. Yeah, and you see the heart rate's coming down. 26 beats per minute. I didn't even know a human body could survive on 26 beats per minute. Life score's gone up to 28, so the patient is overall is getting better, but the heart rate is definitely worrying. Okay, 5 minutes out. I'm just going to using the collective beep trim. You can see the green caret on our altitude tape is moving down, so that's me just using the hat on my collective just to give the descent. And actually, let's go down here. There are some hills which are deceptive. You can't really see them from this angle, but there are some hills just between where we are now and Inverness, and you kind of think, oh wow, we're okay, we've got plenty of time, and then all of a sudden you think, where the hell did that come from? And you've got a hill in front of you. Cheers, Falconer, take care, mate. Thanks for joining, it was good to see you. SAS Centurion, how are you? How are you? SAS Centurion is lucky enough to live up in this neck of the woods, so he will be enjoying the full splendour of the weather up here. It does seem like a really nice day up here today. Yeah, prices are just crazy on so many things at the moment, aren't they? Yeah, HPG is US dollars. Okay, where are we? We are 3 minutes out. So this is the kind of what I was talking about, where we've got these trees in front of us. That is some high ground that from here it doesn't really look that high, but if you're not careful you can misjudge the descent. Just looking at those kind of stutters I'm getting makes me wonder if I need to clean my cache. Give that a good clear out, that sometimes solves that. Yeah, Helifly, just talking about that. It's I'm going to wait till it's 2024 version, but it does look really cool. I hope you're in VR because doing this stuff in VR feels like hard work. I'm not in VR, I'm using a head tracker. I do have VR, but I tend not to use it because I've got other screens here that I'm looking at, but also VR for recording always seems a little bit jerky, whereas this is a bit smoother. Right, so I need to switch on now. Okay. Let's have... Oh, come back. Autopilot off. Taking manual control. Let's just move that out of the way. Let's get a descent in. So there is the city of Inverness. See the bridge over there, Murray Firth.
Nautical miles from the hospital.
Coming in a bit higher than I would normally like to. I actually quite like that topographical map. Actually might prefer it to what we had before. So wind is coming over from our right. We can see the landing pad. That's kind of center of the screen now. You can just see the square. Keeping that descent in, and then we'll come round to the... come a bit further over this way, but then we'll almost like just before the golf course we'll do a right turn in. Close the tablet. Got a couple of big masts here, one just over there somewhere, and then of course the one just there, but we're not going anywhere near that. We need to be careful of that. Okay.
$500.
Rear crew, we are approaching the landing site.
See the hospital crew now. Conscious of the building over there, so just keeping to the right of that.
Rear crew, prepare for ground operations.
There we go. Engines to idle. Cheers, Keko. Thanks for joining, mate. And thank you again for the opportunity to give a couple of keys away for the OSM. That's very good of you, sir. Yeah, Holy Trucker, I know what you mean. It's been a long time since I've done VR, but...
Helicopter in position. Rear crew, you are clear to start operations.
I remember flying this helicopter in VR in MSFS 2020, and it's just mind-blowing. I actually took my mother-in-law for a ride in it. I put the goggles on her, and then I flew it by looking at the screen, which was a bit tricky because, of course, wherever she looked was all I could see. And I flew her over the hotel that she stays in when she goes on holiday, and she actually waved down at the hotel. She was so immersed.
Patient has been deported to the hospital and is safe.
She was so immersed in it. It was quite something. Okay, I'm just having a look here to see if it says that they're doing the paperwork. Thank you, Guardian. That's very kind of you. Okay, so you can see we've got a button there, skip paperwork, because what's it? You be careful where you're going with that. Now you're just showing off. Looks like our doctor. Hang on a minute. So what's happening now? There we go. So we've got our doctor is going off with the crew from the hospital, and he will go and do a handover in the hospital. They're actually going to walk to the... I think they actually go quite accurately to where the accident and emergency is at this hospital in real life. Somehow it seems to know where to go. I don't know how, but anyway, they're going to go over there, and they're going to do the paperwork, and that's where our doctor says to the duty doctor in charge at the accident and emergency, right, we did this, we gave them that, this is their condition, and they do a proper handover, so the doc there knows what to do. And this mod simulates that, so it simulates the time that it takes for all that to happen, and it's an amazing thing. And but we're not going to do that. But what I am going to do is that we're getting that strange... Every now and again we're getting that annoying pause, which could be just due to multiplayer or something like that. So I've got my rolling cache set there. I've never done this with the sim running, so if this breaks, bear with me. I'm going to try something. I feel like I'm doing surgery on a live patient. Delete. This is asking for trouble, isn't it? Ah, okay, it won't let me do it. I was just going to see if I could refresh my cache on the fly, but it won't let me do it. I wonder if I open that up, if it'll rebuild it if I do that. Not sure if it has done. It's worth a try. Possibly that has refreshed it. I don't seem to be getting that kind of pause that I was getting before. Okay, so let's call back our guy. So you just press that button there, and look at that. He levitates back to us. It's cheating, and if I wasn't streaming it, then potentially this is the point where you'd go off, make a cup of tea, shut the aircraft down, of course, go off, make a cup of tea, come back, and then by the time you've done that, Doc will be back from doing his magic.
Cabin secured, ready to fly.
Okay, so we're going to return to home base. I'm going to select a base from map, and we will This might be a little bit tricky with this map. Oh no, might have enough detail on it. It's going to be, I've set it there. Accept base destination. There we go. So that's all good. I am going to go on here. We're going to say 7 unavailable for dispatch. There we go, because otherwise we could be flying back to base and suddenly we get a shout out. So basically what we've done is we've just said to the rescue centre, right, we are no longer active for missions. Right, let's have the engines to flight. Polska, thank you. Yes, safe landing. Okay, just waiting for the engine to spool up to 101. No warnings. So, wind is in front of us, but not particularly bad. Obstacles are that mast, and then we've got some buildings over there. So I'm going to take off and we'll just go to the right of the mast. We've got 101 there, so we're good to go. Cyclic trim release held on and lift. Quick hover check. Everything is good. Be careful of the mast. Wave bye-bye to the hospital.
VTOS. VY.
And we are all good. Oh, be careful. Got a bit carried away there with the speed and the amount of pitch I had pulled, and we momentarily overtalked. So that was entirely my fault for not paying attention, and we may well get told off for that. This mod adds an extra degree of accountability because when we land, our engineer will have to fess up to our engineer if we did any damage. Cheers, Murdoch. Nice to have you along. Okay, everything's looking good. So I've got the autopilot on, we will couple it. There we go. Seem to have that periodical pause again. Going to go now that I've stopped moving my head. Seems okay. Let's just lock that off for a second. Okay, let's get some speed on now. So I'm just using the whoa. Hold your horses. I'm using the beep trim on the cyclic now, but being very careful because, as you can see, the those red markers. So the line is for single engine operations, but the triangle on its side or the Dorito of doom, as I like to call it, is if we go over that, then we're over talking the engine, and we're in a whole world of hurt when we get back and the engineer says, "What the hell have you done with my helicopter?" They don't like it when you mess with it. It is a lovely day up here. It's always nice flying live weather, and when the weather is this good. Okay, so here we go. I thought I'd change this, but obviously not. We can see we've got, oh, that's because I've got the other map on. You see we've got this issue here. If you have this issue, just go onto map, select topograph, and it gets rid of it. Just changes the map type so you don't get those horrible big square messages. There's all sorts of things going on at the moment that seem to be causing issues. I wonder if, just out of interest, yeah, satellite's working. What happens if we zoom in and out? Do we get the same? Oh, of course, because I've still got that set up, haven't I? So satellite seems to be working without error. Yeah. I actually really do like this map. I think I prefer it. Oh, probably a bit late. Can't really through the yeah, Inverness Airport. Let me jump outside a second. There we go, Inverness Airport just over there, and if I can get my head still, that there is a HEMS base, so you can sometimes fly from that, but that's a quite a realistic starting point if you want to do some HEMS work up here. And that's the UK 2000 Inverness Airport. What I am using, get my head in the right position. Yeah, you can't really see it. Cawdor Castle over there. Made famous by Shakespeare. I think Stream Labs has been doing its thing, has it not? I was going to say, yeah, it has. We have a Discord, so if you're on Discord and you want to come along and say hello, feel free. It's been putting the link in the chat, and if you're watching this on the recorded version, the link is in the video description down below as well. There you go, really good community. I'm very lucky. I mean, Discord is only as good as the community that's in it, and we have got a cracking bunch. A good mixture of people who are into warbirds, helicopters, general aviation. Really nice bunch of people. Haven't we? Oi, you! Oh, so rude. So rude. So where are we? 12 minutes out on this glorious day. It's so nice to fly live weather and see the seasons change in the sim as well. We're kind of out of that quite dull winter, and things are starting to look more alive and greener. It's really nice. And then over there, so Loxie is where I normally operate from. Just thought I'd do something different today and start in the mountains. Really was hoping to get a mountain mission, which is what we got in the end. That's always good fun. Doing search and rescue up in the mountains, a bit like 202 Squadron did in the day is always good fun. Excuse me, coughing in your ear, how rude. Let's get the labels up. Fanny Gogoff, I like that name. Group Rob Link. There we go, Heli Flyer Sonic. I do love that repaint. Excuse me. Labels off again. Okay, so we are 9 minutes out from Lossy. Still on the Lossy Q&H. See over here where our destination is. There's Elgin, and then we've got Lossy just on the coast. Beautiful place. I was lucky enough to live up here for a few years in the 80s. Really nice. Fell in love with the place. And I bore everyone senseless telling them that on every stream that I'm up here. But I'm still so homesick for it. I get up here once a year camping up in the Caingorms, and that gives me my annual dose of fresh air and Highland goodness. So fuel is good. Yeah, I can only imagine that odd stuff that we're getting every now and again is maybe because I haven't emptied the cache in a while. I usually empty the cache before every stream, and I must admit I forgot with this one. Silly boy. We've got Kinloss up ahead. We're going to be flying over that. Should say actually using Nick B007's scenery for Kinloss and also for Lossy. Both really nice pieces of scenery if you're interested in flying military bases. He's done a cracking job with it. Kinloss now, of course, is it's an army barracks. Back when I lived up here, it was used by Nimrods. There's forest over there. Fintorn. Be interested to see when the next sim update comes out. Something I'm seeing a lot of recently, and you can just see it there, is where the water meets the land as you get closer to it. It's like the LOD changes and you get that sudden change of coastline, which is a little bit distracting, but hopefully, I'm sure someone said that was something that they were working on. So here we are, coming up over Kinloss. Just close the tablet so we can get a better look at what's down there. Looks like one of the lossy Poseidons has diverted. Some lovely detail here. Now, shall we? I'm just thinking. I think we should go. Yeah, I think we should go and play the game with the Navy. So we've got, as part of the lossy, excuse me, as part of the lossy scenery, there's a link on there to I think it's Super Spud's carrier. So we've got a little carrier group just off the coast. So yeah, we'll do a carrier landing. Why not? Shouldn't cause us any problems with the rescue centre because we've said we're going back to base. So I'm going to decouple that, put us back onto heading mode, and we're just going to go over there. You can just see the carrier out to sea. Why the hell not? You don't mind a carrier landing, do you, lads? Oh, look, they're getting excited. The dog's getting excited. He likes a good carrier landing. You can see the big old Poseidon hangar at Lossy, that big kind of grey building. But we'll head out to sea first. Do a carrier landing and then head back to Lossy. So lucky with the weather today. Wind is pretty much negligible really. I mean, what, it's 6 knots at the moment. Sometimes wind can play havoc with this helicopter if it's really strong. Just going to do a quick check. Okay. Just want to make sure we're not going to get in anyone's way. Oh, we've got a Huey over there. Have we got any other traffic for Lossy? Oh, that's a nice sight. Look at that! Look at that! What a lovely sight. Beautiful. I love that 500.
500.
My two favourite helicopters in the sim, right there. Okay, there's Lossy over there. We can see the Navy offshore. Hydrostorm, all good, thank you mate. How are you? Hope all is good. It's a cracking piece of scenery, that Velocity, it really is.
Two nautical miles from our base.
Yeah, sorry Doc, got a slight diversion. Zaki, they're very different. You can't really compare. You can't really compare because they're such different helicopters. I mean, the H145 is a modern helicopter with modern stability and autopilot and all that kind of thing, whereas the 500 is a real seat of the pants, old school helicopter. I always say it's a really good one to learn to fly helicopters on because you really get a you get a feel of all the helicopter physics that are going on. I fly the H145 doing this kind of stuff, and I fly the 500 when I want to just fly a helicopter and have some fun and do some exploration. Yeah, Hydrastorm, problems with the mapping. Go to your map here, and you've got to do it on each screen, but go to your map and select topograph. If you select topograph, you won't have problems with your map. Exactly, Zaki, exactly. I tend to think of the 500 as almost like my helicopter equivalent of the Spitfire. Really nimble, great fun, you can chuck it around, and it's very much as you say, more kind of stick and rudder, whereas this is at the moment, obviously we're on autopilot. We do fly it manually using the cyclic trim release held on and all that kind of stuff, but yeah, they are different animals for sure. When I learned to fly the H145, I didn't use the autopilot. I hand flew, and when I was doing winch practicing, I was hand flying, doing the hovering and all that kind of stuff, just to learn the hard way on it really. But I actually got told off by a real world H145 pilot saying, listen, you just don't do that. You use the systems that are available to you in the helicopter. That's what a modern helicopter is about. What about if starting missions? That's a whole different kettle of fish. That's the OSM issue. The current advice at the moment is to switch the OSM provider and see if that kind of works. But what we're doing in this particular flight is testing a purpose-built private OSM that Kecker, who's one of the guys who works on Random and Anywhere, he's put it together, and hopefully at some point it will be made public, because it's working better than the traditional one. Excuse me. Right, autopilot off, trim release on, and let's go and say hello to the Navy. So we'll just do an orbit around the carrier and then we'll land on. Drop off the Royal Air Force How to Fly Helicopters manual so the Navy can have a look at it.
$500.
Love the detail on these ships. Yeah, Hydrastorm, problems that have come up recently really with that. There's more and more people using those OSM services, and they're getting overstretched. That lovely detail on there. So I've got a Merlin waiting to go. Obviously scrambling the Merlin because the Air Force have turned up in one of their helicopters. Some stuttering, which is annoying when you're trying to land in a helicopter. Not ideal. There we go. Right, quickly. Kick out the manual. There we go. Kick that out the door. And quickly close the door. And before they all come running out and try and beat us up, let's go. No, Zaki, it doesn't change the scenery. It just changes the... and I'm not a technical person, but it's just the service that allows it to look up on a map where things are and where to place objects and all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of part of the brain that's building the mission, but it won't change your scenery. Okay, wave bye-bye to the Navy, and let's head back to Lossie.
VTOS.
Come under there. There we go. So what have we got? 7 knot wind. We've got a tailwind, so we're going to come round
VY.
that other way. So we'll just come to the right. We'll head for Cosi Lighthouse, and then we'll come around. Do an approach onto 05 with a bit of a crosswind, and then we can tootle in. Power there, in danger of overdoing it. Oof, getting some awful stutters there. I can only imagine, as I say, that I need to clear my cache. I can only imagine that with the fairly high settings I've got, that my cache must get filled up pretty quickly. Let's have a quick check. Don't want to ruin anyone's flight. So we've got Sky Mega, the 086A, potentially over in our neck of the woods, but I don't think we've got anyone else. So we're all good. There's the lighthouse. Don't get any of that, or not quite as good as that Huey rotor slap, of course, in the H145. Just realised I've just shouldn't have done that. I've just flown over Gordonstoun School, which is where King Charles went to school. Probably just broken a few local rules. Yeah, it's certainly a nice area to fly in, Zaki. For sure. So I can see our hangar. There's the castle, Duffer's Castle, just there. Really great little coffee shack there, if you're ever in this neck of the woods. They do really nice coffee and really nice cakes as well. Okay, I got so carried away with Duffer's Castle, we're off the centre line. Yes, it's free, Zaki. Flightsim.to. There's a link to it in the video description, by the way, if you want to have a look. He's done some payware. He's done a Coningsby payware. It used to be freeware, but it's now payware. But Lossy is still freeware, and he updates it a lot. It's really cool. So we'll just hover taxi our way back to our squadron lines. All this kind of stuff for me is good practice, by the way. Definitely going to have to remember to empty my cache. So we can see on the ramp now we have Sarah. Sarah is our receiving ground crew. She's the one that we have to fess up to if we've done anything to break the aircraft. We had that very, very brief overtalk situation, so I wonder if maybe that is going to have caused us some problems, but we'll find out when we come in. So just before fire section we're going to turn in. No, I haven't, Zaki. It's something that I probably will do at some point. I've only actually ever been in a helicopter once, and that was the Sea King up here at Lossy, actually, funny enough, but in the back rather than in the front. So there's Sarah, waiting to give us a bollocking. She's looking very stern. I think we might be in trouble here. The crew are all ready to leg it to the crew room. Get the kettle on, get the biscuits out, while I have to face the music, potentially. Okay, drifted a bit forward there because I got carried away looking forward. Okay, so let's have engines to idle for a moment. Let's pop up here. Can have transfer pumps off now. We can have all these off.
Mission accomplished.
Leave
Well
those
done.
on. Have pitot heat off. LAVCS off. Have that off for the moment. Quick check down here. That's all good. We can acknowledge that. We've got the LAVCS failed because I just switched it off. So that's fine. Everything is okay here. We can have off, off, off. That's fine. And acknowledge that because that's what we're expecting. And have that off. I'm now going to put engines to off. That's interesting. Interesting. Something's gone funny with my controls. I'll have to check that. My engines wouldn't turn off properly. I've got a Virtual control panel that I've been using, and every now and again it seems to throw a bit of a wobbly. I think something is set to repeat there that it shouldn't do. Perhaps I'll have a look at that. Okay, everything's coming to a nice halt. We can...
Landed. Crew deboard authorized.
That's fine. Happy with that.
Hey, my perfect crew. Hi, guys.
See, she's always nice when everyone
Hi,
gets
Sarah.
out.
How are you?
Let's just pull on the rotor brake a second. Oh, we're there. Okay, I've opened my door, so that's all good. Complete shutdown procedure and set the battery switch to off to complete the mission, so we've done that. I'm going to leave the radio connected for the time being, and then we can have lights off because we're not whirling death metal around. There where they should be. Let's have battery off. Now, at this point, I will get out. You will see my avatar. There we go. My avatar gets out. And then very nervously, where's Sarah gone? There she is. He's going to go over to Sarah, and this is the moment of truth.
How was the last mission? Was everything good with the helicopter?
Hi, Sarah. How are you? Helicopter is good. Fuel need to be refueled.
Don't worry, the helicopter is now in my precious hands. It will be ready to fly for the next mission.
Thank you.
There you go. So that brief moment of overtalk didn't actually damage the helicopter, which is good. If you over-egg it, then sometimes it will actually, she'll tell you off and say that she needs to repair it. So it's a good. It's always a good way of. Well, it's good to have consequences, isn't it? It's good to have consequences. So that's it. We've done it. We have survived to fly another day, and we've been lucky with the weather. It's been fantastic having other people flying along. It always is. I know these guys can't see the mission assets, but it's wonderful flying along with other helicopters. And of course, the reason why they're floating in the air is because if they haven't got the lossy scenery, then there'll be a slight difference in terms of the elevation, which is why you'll be seeing that. But it's always great fun. Always great fun flying along with you guys. And thank you to you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. I tend to do this as many weekends as I can. Sometimes have a bit longer, sometimes it's a bit later. But it's my daily dose of helicopter flying and practicing and chatting to you guys, which is always great. One of the big bonuses of streaming is that I can actually talk to you live, which I always enjoy. Anyway, enough of my waffle. I've taken up enough of your weekend as it is. Great to have you along, and I look forward to seeing you on the channel again soon. Take care now. Bye-bye.